Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I wanted to talk about some things for a second. I hope you all will be able to join me. I am on all my streaming platforms. This has been sponsored. If I wanted to say this has been sponsored by YouNow, Twitter, Facebook, Podbean, iHeart, just so many different platforms, StreamYard, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and so many different platforms. So this has been sponsored by them guys. If I'm paying them guys, it's been sponsored. Okay, so let's get started. I had to say a joke. Let's get started. I hope that y'all are doing well today. I hope that y'all are having a wonderful day in the city, the state, or wherever you are. So, what I wanted to talk about today was pretty simple. Sorry, let me fix my hair. Okay, there we go. So, it's pretty simple. Give me a second. I have some lined up productions coming towards my show. I spoke with the production team at the Manhattan Neighborhood Network. Big shout out to you guys. Thank you guys for making it possible. So I spoke to the Manhattan Neighborhood Network, and I wanted to give a big shout out to them. And I wanted to give a big shout out to my guests, Brandon Leibowitz and Charles Read, for being the first participants to have their show roll around into some new places. I sent it to the regular places, but it's still in new places. So I'm a little happy about that. So, with that being said, um, let's see, let's continue. It all ends well because Manhattan Neighborhood Network called me back regarding a promo commercial in the 30 minutes of 58-minute slots. I am truly honored and I appreciate you guys who allowed me to interview you. Every day I search for a new story and new material to bring enlightenment, knowledgeable power. Words are power, power is words. Without the form of communication, even God can't speak. So if we came to a conclusion that enlightening each other with knowledge, find something new to talk about, or find something new to report on every day, that would make our enlightenment enhance. So I like to search for new stories every day, new stories. And give me a second. And what's next, you ask? What's next? Roebeck and Chad Osinga. Those are the two that I'm working on today. Roebeck and Chad Osinga. And I plan on doing the production with limited resources for right now, today, and submit that to the show for production. When I do, you all will be notified ASAP. Chad Osinga and Roebeck. It was a wonderful time working with both parties and hearing their magnificent stories. I hope you are able to forgive me on the timeline. I truly do. I hope that you're able to forgive me on the timeline. But I'm not late, but I'm not early. I'm not even going to make a joke about that. The men and the men get that. So, and the women. So, it's going to be a little smoothly, and I appreciate that. My clients that I've interviewed out there watching my show, laughing at me right now, thank you. I love this hair color, by the way, but I didn't get on here to talk about my hair color. I chose this hair due to the fact that I like to be different. Before I go into difference and bullying, I would like to say my clients that I've interviewed, once again, thanks again for the opportunity, for the time, space, and patience for me crafting my material to bring my journey to life. So I want to be able, like, if I wanted an off the wall, off color, not a normal color type hairdo, I would reach for that. Something that we have not seen before. That's not a normal hairdo. That's what type of person you are by, not how your hair grow, or it's how you take care of yourself. You know, this style was like, it's puffy. It's really puffy and long. And so I said, well, let me do something different. I know I wanted it a little, this is my heart too. Genuinely Michelle Wigs. We're moving into Genuinely Michelle Wigs, one of my companies. And I like to take regular hair and I like to put different styles in it, push it to the limits, whether it be a wig or a hairpiece or a toupee or whatever, I push it to the limits. No, I don't wear glue, but I make sure I play around with it before I decide if that's something, what style I want to do. And I feel like sometimes we get bullied. Sometimes we get bullied. And I'm starting to learn that just ignore it. Just ignore it. I ignore it. Unless you're in my space, my bubble, which is 1 feet near me, just looking at me, or for those who know that they're looking at me 4 or 5 feet away, please, this is an elementary school. It goes back to elementary school when, as a child, we'd be like, he looking at me. Oh my God, I'm not on Twitter. Hey to my Kimberly Cloud Show family, but I have to remove you. Hold on and get on Twitter. Y'all missed some powerful things on Twitter. How you doing? Welcome to the Kimberly Cloud Show. I'm your host, Kimberly Cloud. I have so many platforms and I'm only allowed to go on 8 of them on StreamYard. So I'm okay with that. But back to bullying. Like, I want y'all to know that walking into a store, walking into anywhere, gasoline station, which is a store, and getting pointed at and laughed at because you're not used to seeing, somebody, it's not right. As a child, if you suffer from retardation or you're, what is that word? Not anorexic, but you have, you're kind of, or you're full-fledged where you're deemed as a slow type. It just popped in my mind. It starts with an A. It's not anxiety. It's not anorexic. It's not antiseptic. I don't know why. Oh my God. I really need to say this because I'm thinking about this, and autism. I know somebody like, autism. Okay, we got it now. Autism. That is something that a lot of people suffer from. And to be quite honest, I'm a little autistic, and some people don't know that. And I am artistic a little bit, and autistic people are very smart, whether they're full spectrum, part 30, 20%, part 60%. They're very, 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 they want to know more about the world. They always want to know more about the world. It's like, well, what comes after this? I learned this, now what? Once you learn everything, then what? You just sit there like the magic conch on SpongeBob and say, do nothing. But that's not neither here nor there. Going back to coaching and bullying, you know, I feel very strongly about I'm anti-bullying. I'm very against it, because what's going to happen is you may laugh at somebody autistic that may wipe their nose or may scratch or whatever they do. And 10 years down the road, one of your family members may end up autistic. And in another 10 years down the road, they're going to be suffering from bullying, like that moment you allowed yourself to laugh at another autistic person. But that'll be 20 years down the road. You can't predict whether your child, grandchild, great grandchild is going to be autistic or not. So I say that to say you need to take things seriously, very, very seriously. The way they talk, the way they act, they tell the truth all the time. They're very smart individuals. Whether and what about those people that don't suffer from anything that gets picked on, that just can't handle it, take fentanyl to wipe away the tears, or take illicit drugs to wipe away the pain? There's remedies out there, but you have to put in the footwork to stay clean and sober. You got AA, NA, so many AAs, Alcohol Anonymous, Narcotics Anonymous. If that don't help fulfill your prophecy of being clean, then seek God. And if you don't want to seek Johnny's God, you seek the God of your understanding. And that's what it says in NA and AA. You read from a prompter and they say, do this to the best, the God of your understanding. You got some people that never graduated high school, that never tapped into a Catholic school, that never tapped into religion, that is atheists. They didn't find their path. They may not have been bullied in high school, middle school, or elementary school, but they were bullied at home. They could have been bullied at home or school, at school, not home, at work. It happens everywhere, and I'm tired of seeing it. We should be able to be who we want to be as long as it's not making others feel uncomfortable. I could see if I sat up there and literally had, like on Tucker Carlson, the Tucker Carlson show had this, not bimbo, this woman with prosthetic breasts that came way out here, and she had a cheap wig on, and she taught at a middle school. That irritated me, because I'm like, you're wearing prosthetic breasts without a bra. You're wearing prosthetic breasts without a bra, and purposefully making children think that that's cute, that that's the life, whether you're transgender, whether you're not. You're doing this to make people feel uncomfortable. You know you're doing this to make people feel uncomfortable. A normal transgender person dresses up with a bra strap, leaving your breast, your prosthetic breast, hanging in the balance. It's not hygienic. It's not functional. And then you work. Where do you work? You work at a saw class at middle school, at a saw class where you sewing stuff with huge breasts. That makes no sense. That's where you need to draw a line between how people abuse the system by making them feel uncomfortable versus trying to be creative and be themselves and find themselves wherever they may do that is not hurting nobody else. $5 wig at All Wigs Are Us. I mean, the wig was so shiny. The wig was so shiny, y'all. I have to show that clip again. I have to show it to you guys because y'all don't know how mad I was seeing this. To see so many people allow that male woman with prosthetic breasts, and he got a shot on Tucker Carlson. Hold on. Oh, I forgot to put in Tucker Carlson. Hold on. That's how you get attention. Here we go. He re-interviewed him. Before I hit play, hold on. Wrong place, wrong time. Shank Rock. Hi, Shank Rock. Okie doke. Rosamundo Gundam. Hi.
Recordings just got better. Hey, it's Dana from StreamYard. I'm so excited to announce that local recordings are now available on StreamYard. Have you ever done that?
You doubtless remember the shop teacher who decided to pull the kids in his class into sexual fetishes. The teacher goes by the name of Kayla Lemieux. Showed up in anonymous fake breasts and wagged them at the kids. And for months, the cowardly school board in Ontario, that would be the Halton District School Board, defended this creep. But now, under pressure, including the threat of legal action from parents, they appear to be backing down a little bit. The school board says it was professional dress code from 100% breasts, apparently. Well, the Canadian this story, Rebel News did not. It's reported Days has been on it from the beginning. You look great, by the way.
Ouch! I never did that. Never did that.
Right?
Look, as long as you feel empowered, we're for it. How, since you are wearing the costume of the shop teacher in America, how do you teach shop class wearing those things?
I'm sorry, you guys. He's teaching shop class. He's teaching shop class, which means that he's around saws and pretty dangerous things that a typical tomboy like me would even wear a sports bra. He has them free flowing. This isn't misinformation. This is sick that they allowed it.
Just a court comment.
Oh, Tucker, you could not. In fact, I've always said, forget about the Ministry of Education. Where's the Ministry of Labor? Long sleeves, long hair, not done up in a bun or a hairnet, jewelry. Bussy Lemieux breaks rule in the book. And by the way, just in case your audience thinks I've attached myself to some kind of fetish lifestyle or I am a drag queen storyteller for hire, that's not the case. I went there to the Halton District School Board back in October, dressed exactly like Busty Lemieux, the sheer blouse with the nipples protruding, the blonde hair, the bicycle shorts. And here's the
That don't make y'all feel uncomfortable. What do you stare at first when you look at this crap? And he's emphasizing what he's representing. Busty LeBeau with nipples protruding. What is that movie? Sharon Stone. Like, it's a time and a place for everything. It's a time and a place to be who you want to be. You can be whoever you want to be in the United States of America or wherever, Canada, Ontario, whatever. But to bring your fetishes and promote that around children is sick. That is disgusting. And it should have been banned you.
the hypocrisy of the Halton District School Board, Tucker. They're all down with the radical transgender agenda, but only when it's in front of the kids. When it's in front of their school board meeting, they actually fled the room. And I have subsequently been banned for life, Tucker, from the Halton District School Board headquarters, all their schools, because I guess I was asking impolite questions and they don't like the idea of drag when it comes to them. Now, the news, Tucker, is that earlier this month, the HDSB trustees approved the request to the education director. His name is Curtis Innes, he, him. And what they want to do is craft a professionalism policy to maintain appropriate and professional standards of dress in the classroom.
Okay, I have something to say. To my women out there that have protruding large breasts, do you, like, I haven't seen a woman dressed like he dressed. He went way back to the muumuus. He might as well wear a muumuu. There's no reason to wear a tight shirt with no bra. This isn't Hollywood. This is middle school, high school. What you're representing, oh, okay, I don't even know what your conversation is. The way your conversation started off with Tucker Carlson was, if you got them, flaunt them. You bought them, you're right, you can flaunt them, but a dress code is appropriate. Even if I had a body like Beyonce, I would not dress like that. I still wouldn't dress like that. Because the way I was raised, yeah, I may have some malfunctions with my wardrobe sometimes, but I don't dress. I don't want a guy staring at my breast. If I did, I would have kept the breast that I had before. The purpose is to have them to show, hey, I'm a woman, but the only person that is allowed to see protruding breasts is my husband. I don't get off on that. Like, think about it. What do she really gain from wearing prosthetic protruding breasts? What is she getting off on? And then being around kids. Why would they allow that? That is so pedophilia. Think about how many kids are affected by that crap now.
Now, maybe you and your viewers are saying, wait a minute, isn't this deja vu all over again? Didn't they look into this back in November? And yes, they did. And it was rejected in November by Sari Taha, who is their human resources superintendent. So two things here, Tucker. What would change from November until March? I don't think anything has. And also that director of education, Curtis Innes, he released a statement where he essentially said that he might veto a dress code recommendation, that they will continue to be, answerable to human rights, equity, et cetera, et cetera. So the HDSB is kind of like professional wrestling. Nothing is real until it happens.
I don't know what's going on up there. We're going to have to visit your country sometime soon just to check it out. And I have to say, I'm a little bit sympathetic to the school board because I am intimidated by your prosthetic. I may need to flee. But I appreciate coming on.
My pleasure, Tucker. Thank you.
Get out of here, man. Is that what you want at your school for your children? Growing up, let's talk about realness. Growing up at very young age, I got a hold of some very crazy stuff and I've had things happen to me that nobody could have stopped except for fate itself. So when dealing with a man with prosthetic breasts, I say to myself, what is your goal? To make yourself feel better, right? Okay, you want to feel like a woman, act like a woman. Don't half step it. And I've witnessed some seriousness growing up. And I talk about it on my show, but I won't talk about it on LinkedIn. But it's just the fact that I've been through things. And these things, for instance, I'll share one simple, easy thing. I was at 12 years old at a boarding house, and it had 6, 7, 8 people in there. And throughout the boarding house, it had a restroom, and this restroom had a hole in it. And there was somebody actually peeping through the hole at young women, pedophiles. And we found out and called the cops. And I'm confused. I'm 12 years old. And I don't understand why you would let somebody that's that loose, like he's a loose goose. Power to the people, all for it, transgender, but I'm not for that type of transgendering because it's sloppy. Your hair is a mess. Your clothes are a mess. Like, mentally challenged or not, you literally need to continue to see your psychiatrist. You are disturbing people's space. When a child or high school student sees you, some of them like it and some of them don't. Some of them get confused and some of them go home and tell their parents that it offends them having to be their teacher. Put on a bra. That is not bullying. That is just hygiene 101. You don't put on a bra, what happens to a woman? She sweat down there. So why would you wear something fake that sweats and around high school students? This is what you're teaching them? This isn't bullying. This is honesty. We need structure, not order, but we already have a little order, but with a little touch of corruption, but we need structure. You don't go to school just like whoever you want to be. You could be Superwoman. You could be G.I. Jane. You don't go to a high school like that. You maintain professionalism. You show them the positive stuff you learned from high school. Not reliving your high school years as a prosthetic, broken down teacher. If the whole school board got up and walked away, I'm about to get up and close this segment down because I can go on and on and on. This isn't bullying, this is being honest. How do you think children are affected by that? Let the children do what you do, but not what you do. What you're doing is affecting them negatively. Let them wear prosthetic breasts. Let their parents adjust to them wearing prosthetic breasts. But they, you go to school in the morning. What do your parents do? Take out your clothes for tomorrow. Brush your teeth. Wash. Some of us used to do what? We used to take a separate set of clothes to school, go to the school, change, right? But it wasn't still that provocative. If the children have to abstain a dress code, whatever part of the world you stay in, Ontario, Canada, then so do you. Period. Thank you.